If you owe the IRS back taxes, payroll taxes, or have not filed your returns, the IRS will get you. They can take your property, take you to court, even put you in jail. With one call to Wall, you'll never need to talk to the IRS again. Our average client settles for about 10% of what is owed. We offer free face-to-face consultations in your local area. Call 800-727-0433. That's 800-727-0433.
We're heading into the final chapter of The Great American Read on PBS. PBS asks you to pick your #1 book from a list of America's 100 best-loved novels. On Tuesday, October 23rd at 8, 7 Central, host Meredith Vieira and some very special guests will count down the top novels based on your vote. And then it's the big reveal, America's favorite book. Don't miss the grand finale of The Great American Read, Tuesday, October 23rd at 8, 7 Central, only on your PBS station.
What do you sit up morning here? Let me ask you a simple question. What would you rather? Your dull, boring old lame bed over here, or your bed all jacked up on steroids? But Bernie, these are legal steroids. Yeah, I know that. Introducing the most advanced sleep surface ever created, the MyPillow mattress top. The MyPillow mattress top, which I got, by the way, is awesome. Guarantees you the most restful, deep, healing sleep of your life. The MyPillow mattress topper is made of 3 layers and will transform your sleep just like it's transformed mine. I have one as well. My wife and I, we love it. First 2 foam layers provide superior support, evenly distribute your body weight, and regulate temperature throughout the night. It's all covered with a super durable and softer than silk fiber that zips right off. It's completely machine washable and dryable. But trust me, if your bed is uncomfortable, don't spend your money on a new one. Buy a MyPillow mattress topper instead. And right now for you, our WABC listeners, get 30% off all new MyPillow mattress topper and 2 standard MyPillows in one great bundle. Go right now to MyPillow.com today and use the promo code WABC. That's MyPillow.com. Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in a capsule.
I thought I had a sinus headache for a few days, but I had a massive brain aneurysm, hemorrhage of the brain, and a stroke. And I was on my deathbed. I was on a respirator in a coma for 35 days. And 3 months later, I came home in a wheelchair. I had double vision. I had to learn to walk again, to speak again. 1 and 1 is 2, write the alphabet. You know, if I went out and did a little something, I'd come home, I'd be in bed. Now, I'm up by like 5:30 in the morning, and I go to the gym. I do shopping, I cook, I have energy all day. I mean, I feel great. Overall, my whole outlook, just feeling, my mental aspect, everything is better.
For a limited time, use discount code WABC, and we'll take 35% off your first preferred set of fruits and veggies and have them shipped to you free. Call 800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751, or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code WABC.
It is often said that the suit makes the man, and I've been making my suits in America in the very same New England factory since 1987 when I launched my first collection. For over 30 years, my goal has been to help American men look and feel better when it comes to their own sense of style. And now, I've created my luxury flagship store in the heart of Manhattan at 49th and Madison to do just that. I'm Joseph Abood, and I have always believed in the quality and service of the great men's specialty stores of the past. And now, you can experience that firsthand with distinctive, one-of-a-kind suiting, impeccable tailoring, and luxurious fabrics from the finest Italian mills. And while you're at it, be the man who makes the suit. And try our custom-made offerings of tuxedos, suits, and cashmere jackets from our Black Label collection. So meet me at the corner of quality and style, or if it's easier, 49th and Madison Avenue.
Hey folks, I'm Sid Rosenberg from Bernie and Sid in the Morning. Visit the Joseph Abood flagship store at 49th and Madison Avenue and experience exceptional quality, style, and service at its very best.
For straight talk about cosmetic surgery, tune in to What's Your Wrinkle with Dr. Arthur Perry. This and every Saturday at 6 p.m.
A couple of additional stories today. They're still attacking Kavanaugh because they really want a civil war before they're done. The Washington Post has a typist named Aziz Hook. Aziz Hook. 2 ways Democrats can remove Kavanaugh without impeaching him. And he lives in a demented third world fantasy of some kind where you remove Supreme Court justices because you didn't like them. Un-American to the hilt. He says a Democratic Congress and a future Democratic president can still remove Kavanaugh from the Supreme Court if they wanted without impeaching him. There are 2 ways they can do this, they say. A new Democrat president could nominate, and the Senate would confirm by majority vote.
a justice, in this case Kavanaugh, to a different post at an intermediate court, say the D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals, where Kavanaugh formerly worked for more than a decade with a perfect record before the vampires sunk their bloody teeth into him. And so they say have him demoted, and they think they can do that. That's a trick of some kind. And then another, he says the framers have the good behavior standard, and he could be removed under the good behavior standard. I think that would lead to impeachment. These people they're really insane. They're dreaming about impeaching. In fact, Senator Dianne Feinstein, with her Chinese secret agent on the staff for 20 years, who sat on the Christine Ford letter for 6 weeks and then abused her to no end. She's saying, oh yeah, if we win the Senate, we're going to try to remove Kavanaugh. I really think that they want things to get even worse. This is a horrible group of people, a terrible political party, and I'm terribly sorry we're stuck with them.
You're just minutes away from weekday payday winning. PNJDiet.com Studios, 77 WABC, New York, a Cumulus Station News. Now.
44 degrees and mostly sunny. I'm Rob Dawson with the stories you'll be talking about on 77 WABC. We're hearing about what came out of the meeting between Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and President Trump about the investigation into missing Washington Post Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi.
I told President Trump this morning that we ought to give them a few more days to complete that so that we too have a complete understanding of the facts surrounding that, at which point we can make decisions about how or if the United States should respond to the incident surrounding Mr. Khashoggi.
Pompeo speaking at the White House about an hour ago, and this just in moments ago, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin will not travel to Saudi Arabia for an investment conference because of this. Khashoggi hasn't been seen since he went into the Saudi consulate in Istanbul more than 2 weeks ago. Pompeo met with Turkish President Erdogan after Turkish sources claimed authorities had an audio recording indicating Khashoggi was tortured and killed inside the consulate. Saudi Arabia has denied this. Happening right now, Senator Chuck Schumer and families of the victims killed in a 2015 limo crash in Long Island, New York, are calling for more safety measures. This also comes less than 2 weeks after 20 people were killed in a limo crash in upstate New York. Schumer is demanding the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration to administer a license crackdown on drivers.
Every stretch limo has to be driven by a driver who has a commercial license, not a regular license.
Schumer says there is a law on the books that requires drivers to hold a commercial license if they're driving a vehicle that carries more than 9 people, but because limos can be stretched, that requirement is not always followed by limo companies. He says, as minority leader, he will look into the FMCSA's funding if they don't comply. Brooklyn State Senator Simcha Felder is proposing a Stretch Limousine Act, which would require stretch limos to be retired after 10 years and set new rules and safety training for drivers. A measles alert is being issued after 17 cases were confirmed in Rockland County and Brooklyn.
11 confirmed measles cases in New Square and 6 confirmed cases in Williamsburg, all in Orthodox Jewish communities. The cases tied to travel to Israel, where there's a measles outbreak. Classic symptoms: red rash, fever, runny eyes, and coughing. Rockland County Health Commissioner Dr. Patricia Rupert says measles is highly contagious.
90% of people who are exposed to measles can get it. And that means that they're in the same room with another person.
Free vaccine clinics are being offered in Muncie and Nanuet, and in Williamsburg, health officials will meet with rabbis. I'm Sarah Lee Kessler for 77 WABC News.
Market's taking a big tumble. The Dow down 349 points, the Nasdaq down 146, the S&P down 41, down about 1.5% to 2% across the market. Devils Avalanche at 7, Islanders Kings at 10:30. Traffic and weather up next. I'm Rob Dawson on 77 WABC, where New York comes to talk.
It's a weekday payday. Find your pockets with $1,000 right now. Text the national keyword FAST to 95819. That's keyword FAST to 95819 for your shot. We'll text you back to confirm your entry. Then message rates may apply. Don't text while driving. It's the weekday payday contest on 77 WABC.
Dosage and data rates may apply. Individual results may vary. See website for details.
But hey, I'm buying a huge flat screen TV so I can finally see it without my glasses.
Why not just get LASIK at the LASIK Vision Institute? That's what I'm doing.
My glasses and contacts are a pain. I'd love to finally get rid of these, but who can afford LASIK?
You can. Because the LASIK Vision Institute is offering dramatically low prices and an absolutely free consultation. Just text WISH to 350350. The LASIK Vision Institute has already performed over 1 million procedures. They use the latest FDA-approved LASIK technology that helps the majority of patients achieve 20/20 vision for a fraction of what others charge. Better vision, better value. The LASIK Vision Institute. Make this the year you finally get LASIK. For a free consultation plus an extra 20% discount on LASIK packages, text WISH to 350350. You'll see for free if LASIK is right for you. That's WISH to 350350.
77 WABC Traffic.
Well, new trouble at the Holland Tunnel from the RayCatina.com Traffic Center. I am Joe Nolan. Now at the Holland Tunnel on 12th Street in Jersey City, as you go into the tunnel right before the toll barrier, the two left lanes are closed for sewer repair. Now this is going to be 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 2 weeks. You combine that with the construction of the Lincoln Tunnel, we're going to have to keep a close eye on things tomorrow morning heading into the city. Cross Island northbound, Hempstead Turnpike, there's an accident. Also, you've got trouble as you begin to travel out on the Jericho Turnpike westbound. This is in Riverhead, pretty bad accident out that way. And then also on the southbound side of the Van Wyck at Hillside Avenue, the accident we told you about has been cleared. Track condition inside one of the Hudson River tubes as a result. Northeast corridor New Jersey Transit trains, going in and out of Penn Station, all with 20-minute delays, and alternate side is in effect. From the RayCatina.com Traffic Center, I'm Joe Nolan on 77 WABC. Here's Channel 7's Bill Evans with the forecast.
We are going to warm back up after today's high of 48. It feels like the 30s right now. We got this cold northwest wind. Tonight's a cold night. Dress warmly. The low is 40 in the city, 30 in the suburbs. There'll be frost north and west in the suburbs. And then we're going to warm up tomorrow to 60. Now, 63 is our normal average afternoon temperature. We're not going to get to that. We'll have 60 tomorrow, 62 on Saturday, but another cold front comes through on Saturday with a shower and very gusty winds. Tons of leaves are going to fall this weekend. They'll be all over the place with gusty winds Saturday, dropping to a low of 40 Saturday night, sunshine and 47 on Sunday, back to cold. Have a great afternoon, dress warmly. You need some sunglasses, too. A lot of sun out there. This is meteorologist beloved 77 WABC, where New York comes to talk.
Curtis and Cosby.
The group dedicated to fight crime.
They're gonna chase it down. From the street perspective, Curtis Sliwa. All of it. Please welcome Rita Cosby.
There's a lot of heat on the president.
The headlines, the issues, the people. New York to D.C. to your neighborhood. The Red Berets are helping the cities in fear. Curtis Sliwa. Founder and president of the Guardian Angels, Curtis Sliwa. Rita Cosby.
That was an explosive interview.
Live, local, on Curtis and Cosby.
Curtis Sliwa.
Rita Cosby. Curtis Cosby.
77 WABC.
Don't criticize me. 7 minutes after the hour of 12, as we are high atop Madison Square Garden, these great facilities provided to us for this broadcast as it's starting to get chilly outside. Thank you, NJDiet.com, for keeping us nice and warm and toasty here. And Rita Cosby, a historic event has just transpired that will have ramifications for all of us in the United States, especially the northern border states that have Canada as their neighbor. They have chosen across the country, from the eastern province of Nova Scotia all the way to British Columbia, across the entire width of their country, second largest landmass country in the world, only second to Russia. That all 36 million people, and think of it, only 36 million people in Canada. There were more people in California alone, but they will now have the right to purchase legalized recreational use of marijuana.
Yeah, this is a big deal. And also, Curtis, what's so funny is they've been talking about it for a while in Canada, and some of the people who lined up, it was such a big deal. And oh, Canada, that basically a lot of people were actually framing their first purchases of marijuana as opposed to smoking it.
Well, what's interesting is that it seems Canada leads and we follow. They have sports gambling across the country. You can go to any mall, whether it's in Ontario or Alberta.
I don't want to follow everything Trudeau does, though. It's not a perfect place.
Well, this is actually before Trudeau. They had legalized sports gambling on everything. You could sit in a mall and you can see all the percentages, the over-under point spread split up, American football, Canadian football, hockey, you name it. Whatever you wanted to bet on sports-wise, you can do that.
By the way, that's because I was in Canada not too long ago. I remember I was up there a few weekends ago. And if you saw what their football team looked like, you'd want to bet on them losing. Because compared to the American Football League, they ain't any great shakes, Curtis.
Well, different rules. A lot of Americans play up there and then sometimes make it back into the NFL. But that proved to be a tremendous success for them. Legalized sports gambling right across Canada. Now they are the second country in the world, and this is what has confused people. People thought for sure, oh no, the Dutch, they had legalized marijuana. No, not as a country.
Just in the red light district.
Holland did not have legalized marijuana, nor did Denmark or any of the Scandinavian countries, not Norway or Finland or Sweden. Uruguay was actually the first country. Who would have thought Uruguay, in the heart of South America, would have been the first country around the world to legalize the recreational use of marijuana. And now Canada has followed, and the CanTrust CEO, who's going to be rolling in dough soon, said the whole world is watching.
So the whole world is going to be watching out here in Canada to see how this works. How do the rules work? How do people behave? We're going to be excited to be at the forefront of this, and we truly do see it as a global opportunity.
And the CanTrust CEO says, we have no idea how huge the sales will be.
From a business perspective, is no one's sure how big, no one is sure how fast rules and regulations and how consumers behave, and we also for children. As it's always been children in the caravan, and that's like the baby on board. I always hated those. I even had one neighbor, maybe not on board, but they're still as valuable as anybody else's in the side of the cat. We had one of those neighbors. Did those bother you, baby on board? The fresh baby on board. Exactly. We had a fresh baby on board, little inside the yellow fly. We made it up. It was made up with the Russian Limbaugh store. But this is the same thing. Children. Children. So we must do what? We must ultimately pay. We must provide. We must allow them to happen. We've got this. We have the Mueller report, as I say, more on that than Mueller. The Mueller report is just lurking there. There isn't anything really in it. In fact, we now know, probably at a short bet, that there's nothing finalized here. Because of an audio soundbite I got coming up, never Trumper, anti-Trumper still runs as former intelligence official, U.S. government, now CNN commentator. But you're on the left, think this massive caravan arriving in the United States at our border close to the election. Who thinks this is going to help Democrats? How would it help Democrats? Not just Trump separating, but Trump not letting them in. I mean, the heft is what it is. These people actually are figuring that a massive, they don't understand that this kind of thing is why Donald Trump was elected. Donald Trump was elected to stop this kind of thing, to stop this invasion. That's what this is. This is an organized, organization. And it's growing. So obviously the plan is for this group of people to arrive very close to the election and for Trump to stick ICE up and the Border Patrol on it and to deny them entry or separate the children from the adults. So that the drive-by media can then get into gear with stories that are already written, that are already taped, interviews with people on the caravan already in the can, where these
people will say they're shocked they came to America to save their lives for their children and to improve their lives. The United States looks like this, and this is unlike anything they ever heard about. The pictures of Trump smiling as people are denied entry. The Democrats think this. You know, I would think that if somebody politically did this, it'd be a conservative group might do this to promote Republican turnout. Now, we don't have anybody on our side who thinks that way, but it makes more sense that way. Or am I missing something? Somehow a massive group of 4,000 people that's growing, including kids, marching toward the United States with no attempt to make it patently obvious what it is. These are not people fleeing anything. These are not people fleeing the Saudi government. They're not fleeing torture. They're not fleeing, well, they may be fleeing poverty, but that happens every day. 4,000 of them? This is orchestrated. It's planned. It's brought in paper. Somehow this is supposed to end up making the United States look bad. I'm not sure if that's the way these people are figuring it going to play out. Then we have the Mueller report that will not be released before the election, but we're being told that it is nearing completion and that it is ready to go. I went through yesterday what the hope here is. The hope here is to revive the Trump colluded with Russia narrative and to make people think that we're just days or weeks away from proof being released. Whether we can't do it before the election because of regulations and decency, so we're not going to influence the outcome of elections, but Mueller is ready to go. And what's Mueller been doing? Well, Mueller has been looking for evidence of Trump colluding with Russia. So if Mueller's ready to go, Mueller must have found the evidence. This is what they want everybody to think.